Hi everyone, it's Miranda. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hey, for the first time, why don't you subscribe? Become the newest member of the Slashed Squad. If you've done that, please consider turning on video notifications. If you don't, then YouTube decides what's on your subscription page, not you. Today is going to be a makeup news video. Don't do these a lot, but I wanted to address this issue because it's been something that I've been very vocal about on my social media and my blog. In case you didn't know, I have a blog that goes by the same name, slashedbeauty.com. I will leave the link below. I do encourage you to read my original blog post, which goes into this issue more in depth, but I will do kind of a quick recap for you here. But this video is an update video just because there's so much information that I want to convey, and doing a video was easier than trying to update that post. All right, so OG beauty guru Emily Noel recently collaborated with a brand called Revolution Beauty, aka Makeup Revolution. They're a UK brand that recently just came to the US and are available in Ulta Beauty. They released two palettes together, the Wants palette and the Needs palette, and we are going to be talking about the Wants palette today. Now, before I get into anything, I want to say no tea, no shade to Emily. She was one of my very first favorite beauty YouTubers. She's one of the reasons why I got into this industry. I've read her blog and I followed her channel since I was in high school. So she does not deserve any negative attention from this issue. I just want to put that out there. She is someone who collaborated with the brand for designing the products and picking the shades, but this has nothing to do with her. So just want to put that out there. Okay, so background on the issue. The Makeup Revolution, the Emily Edit The Wants palette was released. It's gorgeous, sold out very quickly in Ulta Beauty and online. But when customers started receiving their product from online orders or in store, a few of them had reported that they found mold in the shade called Love Tons, which was a beautiful burgundy shade. So photos were actually posted to the purchase page on Ulta Beauty's website attached to reviews, and unfortunately, I was also an affected customer. I went to an Ulta Beauty across town because my local one was sold out, and when I got home, I noticed this issue myself. So I did want to include photos of what my palette looked like, as well as the photos that you can find publicly on the Ulta Beauty page. Now, in case you've already been tuned into this story and you're here looking for a quick and dirty what is the brand doing now answer, here it is. I'm going to do you a favor and put it in here, even though I have a lot more to say about the issue and a lot more information from the brand. But here's the bottom line, and I'm going to just kind of do a spoiler alert on myself. So I have actually spoken to the founder of the brand and the president of the North America division of Revolution Beauty, and I have a statement as far as what's being done about the potentially compromised palettes that are still in stores at Ulta Beauty and in their warehouses. I'm gonna read it just so that everything is crystal clear and correct. The Wants palette is temporarily unavailable while we ensure that every palette is a perfect product for our community and for Emily, because this is what you all deserve and more. The product will be back very soon, aiming for early to mid-October. We apologize for any inconvenience. The Emily Edit The Needs palette remains on sale and is not affected. So if you came here wanting to hear what the brand is doing behind the scenes to rectify the situation, there it is. But I do have a lot more information that I got from the brand that I do want to share just to kind of clear things up. So in the beginning of researching this issue, after I experienced it myself, it did seem that everyone talking about it online was receiving good customer service in the fact that they were getting very quick replacements for their palettes, which I thought was awesome. However, I was a little bit curious as to why the brand hadn't said anything publicly on social media about this issue, you know, just for the sake of transparency. So I did reach out on several social media platforms, both privately in DMs and like in comments, asking about the problem, what they're doing about it, and I was asked to email them privately, which I did, and I want to read you the response that I got. And also I had a friend who received almost this exact response, so it seemed like this was kind of their go-to answer. Many thanks for getting in touch. To reassure you, all of our products are manufactured to the highest possible standards and assessed for safety by independent bodies prior to being placed on the market. When this issue came to light, we immediately conducted additional testing in an independent lab to determine the root cause of the problem and to identify the specific mold. All quality documentation, raw material analysis, and test data was checked at factory level, and everything checked out okay. It appears that the contamination occurred through contact with spores of a commonly occurring mold in the atmosphere and water vapor during transportation. Due to the nature of the product formula and the built-in preservative system, any mold present is likely to be confined to the surface of the product only. We apologize for any inconvenience caused and appreciate your patience while we investigated the problem. Thank you for your time. And just as a disclaimer, I already told them that I had returned my palette and I wasn't looking for a replacement, so that's why they didn't offer it, because I already told them I wasn't interested. Now, after talking to a few of my friends about this issue, it turned out one of my friends, Mai, who runs the blog Portrait of Mai, had also reached out to customer service about this, and she received a pretty different answer than I did, so I wanted to read hers as well. Hers said, "Hello, Love Tons has a preservative that is more likely to be more sensitive to the environment, and as of now, we had a recall of the old batch and got sent a new one to Ulta as well as Ulta.com. If you would still like the palette, please provide us your delivery address and we will be able to send a new one from our office." So with the conflicting messages being sent by customer service and the fact that the brand hadn't been super quick to respond to me on social media after I had been asking them, you know, what's being done about what's still at Ulta Beauty, I started to get a little frustrated, and maybe I was pestering them on social media a little bit. I'll admit that. I wanted answers. So after about a week without a response, Kate Kimmerly, who is the president of the North America division of Revolution Beauty, reached out to me and asked to talk on the phone, which I gladly accepted the invitation because I wanted just a direct contact and, you know, get questions answered clearly without having to go through the layers of customer service. So on the phone, Kate first wanted to clarify that there had been no recall issued due to the low amount of reported palettes having this problem. In fact, Emily herself actually commented on another YouTube video that was talking about this, saying that the number of affected palettes was around under 30 at this point as far as what was reported to them. Customer service was using the word recall to indicate that they were interested in receiving the palette back from the customer so that they could examine the problem firsthand. So as they were sending out replacement palettes, they were also providing return shipping labels as well so that they could get the palettes and kind of examine them up close and personal. Kate also told me something I found very interesting about customer service. So they actually have two websites for the Revolution Beauty brand. One is the UK division and one is the US division. And sometimes customers unknowingly reach out to the UK customer service who might not be as dialed in as to what's going on with the US brand side. Also, the UK team is the one that handles social media. So this explains why people were getting different answers, probably reaching different customer service teams. Now, when I specifically asked about the response that my friend Mai got in terms of like the Love Tons preservative possibly being the issue, I was told that replies were being sent with an eagerness to be responsive and not everyone was 100% clear on the issue. Kate also explained to me on the phone that while the products are made in China, they are, one, being made to EU standards of cosmetic quality and safety, which are actually higher than the ones we have here in the US, but also to our FDA standards. So we're actually receiving product that meets higher standards than is required here in the US. So that's just something that I thought was interesting. This is the first issue that they've had out of millions of palettes that they've sold. So upon receiving the first word of mold, they did do their testing of the lab and the remaining stock of palettes that they had, and like my customer service answer said, everything checked out okay. While the brand is now focused on making new product that is unaffected, one theory that they have as far as where the mold may have come from is the componentry, which means like the actual palette case itself and possibly the pans, not the formula. This issue could have also been heightened by the time of year the componentry was being sent to them, the moisture in the environment. So this is definitely probable. It doesn't explain why the mold was predominantly found just in 1 to 2 shades in the palette. For that, is still unclear. After learning all of this, my last question was what's being done about the palettes that are already in shipping centers or already in stores at Ulta Beauty that are potentially compromised, and that's when we got the answer about they are going to be temporarily unavailable until fresh batches come in. Revolution Beauty is also doing an audit of their warehouses to the highest standards of quality control so that everything that goes out is unaffected. So that is everything that I learned from the brand over the past few days of speaking directly with them on the phone and via text. It's been a crazy couple days kind of, you know, getting all this information and processing it. In the end, they are just focused on perfection and getting all of the new palettes in the hands of customers and in stores at Ulta Beauty and online. But overall, I'm very happy with how they are dealing with it now as far as making it temporarily unavailable. I think that is definitely the right choice. But just a little aside, from talking to both of these people, both the president of the North America division of the brand as well as the founder who's in the UK, who called me from a 6-hour time difference, it was just very clear to me that they really cared. And they were really dedicated to getting this right, and as well as protecting Emily, which I really appreciate. Like I said before, Emily is a sweetheart. She's one of the OGs. She's one of the last real ones here on YouTube. So yeah, it was just really nice to talk to them and get to know them and get to know what they're all about, because they really did show that they cared by repeatedly reaching out to me and giving me the information that I wanted to share with you all. All right, everyone, so let me know what you think. Are you happy with how the brand is proceeding? Let me know in the comments below. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button, become the newest member of the Slashed Squad, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!